Don Giovanni, written by Mozart in 1787. This is the 2010 Glyndebourne production. The opera is based on the Spanish legend of Don Juan, the legendary seducer and philanderer. The legend typically ends in one of two ways. Don Juan, or Giovanni in Italian, either goes to hell, or he repents and receives a divine pardon. Spoiler alert, Mozart's Don Giovanni, here played by Gerald Finley, goes to hell. There's a funny twist though. Mozart considered this opera a comedy. Throughout the opera, we see Don Giovanni leave a trail of broken people, and it ends with him going to hell. What about this makes it a comedy? The opera opens with Don Giovanni running from Donna Anna, the woman he has just attempted to seduce or assault depending on the production. As he flees, he encounters Donna Anna's father and kills him. 10 minutes into the opera, our eponymous hero has not done much to endear himself to the audience. Soon after, we see Giovanni seduce Zerlina, a peasant girl, on her wedding day, and we get our first glimpse of Giovanni in his true seductive element. To the audience, it's sort of surprising how quickly Zerlina acquiesces to someone she's just met. Here we witness Giovanni's power, and it's here that Mozart tricks us. We think Zerlina is the only one being seduced. Giovanni, for all his many faults, is a fun character to watch. Just listen to his champagne aria. He's despicable, but he's vivacious with a passionate lust for life, and Mozart's music reflects this. He's like Jordan Belfort on Wolf of Wall Street. Don Giovanni also has a soft side. Here, he tries to seduce the maid of Donna Elvira, one of his former lovers. He sings this gorgeous, simple melody, and we assume this is just another of his attempted conquests, no different from the scene we see earlier with Zerlina. But then we hear him sing the second stanza. It's the same music, but there's this profound vulnerability built into this repeat. The maid he's supposedly singing to doesn't appear in this opera. Giovanni is singing to no one. This is because the maid is not the object of his seduction, the audience is. We are drawn in by Mozart's incomparably gorgeous music in this moment of vulnerability. Any character who sings music this beautiful can't be that evil. If we read a plot summary, Don Giovanni is absolutely repulsive, but when we hear him sing, he's magnetic. Don Giovanni is the quintessential operatic anti-hero. He's our operatic Walter White, Jordan Belfort, or Michael Corleone. He objectively does horrible things, yet he manages to win over the audience through his music. This is how Mozart makes this opera sparkle. Giovanni's actions are deplorable, his music is irresistible. As Giovanni goes to hell in one of the most iconic scenes in opera, the mask comes off as we realize we've been rooting for the bad guy the whole time. The audience is forced to face the consequences of Don Giovanni's actions as he is dragged to hell by the ghost of the man he killed. For our protagonist, this opera is a tragedy, but for his victims, who we should be rooting for, it's a comedy because justice is served. But this feels hollow because we, like many a character, have been seduced by Giovanni. Thanks to Mozart's music, we fall victim to Don Giovanni's seductive power. The moral of this comedy isn't, this is the end which befalls evildoers, but rather, this is how easy it is to fall victim to a charismatic but evil character. It's the same reason we can't stop watching shows with morally questionable protagonists. They're fun to watch, but be careful. It can happen to you, because it just did.